Welcome back to the Slowpoke Diecast Racing channel.
Welcome back everyone, it is time to get back into the racing. I know it's been a little bit, but we're excited here at Slowpoke Diecast to get back into some racing action. As you can see, we don't have a lot of fans here in the stands, but that's because they're currently somewhere else. One of our racers, who actually isn't even competing today, still couldn't help but come be a part of the tailgate. He has brought coolers full of drinks and barbecue grills to kick this series off right. Everyone, say hello to Clem. He will be driving the 63 Studebaker that is behind him and I, but for today, he is our pit lane party host. Yay! Myself and others could not pass up a good old southern barbecue. Thanks for all the help and the food, Clem. Alright, I'm going to head back up to the studio so we can go over the bracket, see who made it into each group, introduce today's group racers, and then get to some racing. Back in the studio booth now with a full stomach thanks to Clem. Let's now go ahead and look at the bracket on the screen. You can pause the video if you'd like to take a longer moment to check out all the racers in their groups. But today we are going to be focusing on Group 1, so let's go ahead and highlight those racers. Today's 4 racers competing to be the top 2 point scorers and move on are Stefan Malvar, King Ty, Alpha, Dionysus, and V-Man from Norm and Vern Racing. Now that we know who's racing today, let's head up to the starting tunnel and get to some racing. Here we are in the tunnel. It is time for Group 1 Race 1 and it is time to kick this series off. Drivers, watch the lights. And here we go, we are coming down the first straightaway. King Ty is out on the lead. The other 3 trucks are battling for positions behind him. We have Stefan going sideways, but he fixes himself. Going into the tunnel, all 3 racers are lined up. King Ty sideways and back out. Same with Alpha. Coming down to the finish line, we have 2 racers across, and we have 2 racers that do... Wait. Alpha does cross the finish line after making contact. Wow, he did not give up on that race, and that is absolutely awesome. So unfortunately, we are going to credit him for hitting the train, but we are at the same time then going to give him credit for finishing that race. Here we are checking the slow-mo. King Ty lost control in that last turn, getting caught up on the side of the track. You have V-Man who comes down taking first. Stefan gets out of the way of the train, steers his way through to not hit the train. Down comes Alpha, makes contact with King, yet still, as you can see, rocks the boxcar, hits the train, makes the contact. He will receive -1 for that, but if you look, he never gave up. He put it back in gear, he coasted himself down there, and he did cross the line. Let's head back up to the tunnel and get to race 2. Each driver has moved 1 position to the right as normal. The first race had a ton of action in it. I hope the second race is just as exciting. Drivers, watch the lights. And here we go, we're coming down to the first turn. We have Stefan followed by King Ty, Alpha in 3rd. V-Man is in 4th. No, V-Man passes Alpha going into the tunnel. Still neck and neck coming out of the tunnel. Watching the finish line. Ooh, massive crashes and oh no, not again. Poor Alpha did not finish. He is up on his side. Looks like he slid at least the last 20 feet of that track out of the tunnel on his side. Let's go ahead and head to the replay cam and the slow-mo, get our card updated, and check out this crash at the end. You see Stefan coming down. King Ty is literally pushing Stefan across the line. He gets first, King Ty second, V-Man getting 3rd. And then unfortunately we have Alpha that does not finish again. So there's your current standings after 2 races. Stefan with 7, V-Man with 6, and King Ty with 3. Let's go ahead and head up to the tunnel. Let's get to our 3rd race and let's hope for some more fun action. Oh, sorry about that folks, I got a mouthful of food. Clem brought me another plate up here. I'm gonna hurry up and get this ready. Alright drivers, nothing much to say, but watch the lights. And there's the green light. Coming down to the first turn, we have V-Man followed by King Ty, followed by Alpha, who is now losing some ground. King Ty and V-Man are off to a lead. Stefan trying to pass Alpha. Coming through the tunnel, they're rubbing paint. Looks like Stefan is trying to come around Alpha. Coming out of the tunnel, we have just King Ty and everyone else running into each other at that finish line and out of that tunnel. Wow, that was some pretty nasty wrecks there. Let's go ahead and go down to the finish line and check on these drivers. Ooh, you can see the trucks are piled up there, and actually Alpha is underneath that boxcar. Now, I don't think all 3 trucks actually hit the train, so let's check out our slow-mo camera and see who actually made contact. First off, you see King Ty will take his first place victory, tying him with Stefan in the points. And then out comes our other 3 drivers, making a collision with V-Man. And down they come. And you see Alpha smash into the side of the train. Then you see V-Man hit the train. But Stefan actually hits Alpha and pushes him under that train. So he will just receive a 0. That will keep him tied with King Ty going into the 4th race. Final race of this Group 1. We have 2 drivers that are tied, 1 2 points behind. Let's see which 2 drivers move on. It is the final race of this Group 1. We have 2 drivers that are tied, 1 that is only 2 points behind. Let's see which 2 drivers move on. And there's the green light. We're coming down to the first turn. King Ty taking a huge lead out in front. Oh, we got V-Man running this race backwards. We have Stefan blocking out Alpha, slowing him way down. Who are we going to have coming down the tunnel? Our first 2 guys, V-Man and King. Oh, and here comes Stefan. Down the finish line, we have King Ty first. V-Man is in second. And, oh, wow, even Stefan got to get a 3rd place finish. Wait, they're saying, oh, here comes Alpha. Wow, can you believe it? Alpha actually finished a race, getting him his first point of the entire series at the end. Let's go check out our slow-mo camera and our scorecard and see which 2 racers are moving on. First one coming out of that tunnel down to the finish line is King Ty, all sideways out of control, flipping up on his end a few times over. Following him, we have V-Man coming down, grabbing 2nd. That moves him up into 2nd place, which, man, if you're V-Man right now and you see that train go by and you're seeing no other vehicles, you're thinking to yourself, yes, I have locked in 2nd place. But then look. Out of the tunnel, here comes Stefan. He steers his vehicle to get around that caboose, netting him the 2 points, which puts him 1 above V-Man and makes him the one moving on. I bet you that is really frustrating for V-Man and his racing team. But at the end of it all, being able to see Alpha come out of this tunnel, come down, cross that checkered line, getting him his first and only point for the series. I don't care if you lost. Man, that is great to see, and I'm glad he was part of this group. Wow, well, those were some intense races to start off our Tailgate Party series. Here we are looking back at our bracket. We're going to go ahead and move on our 2 victors of Group 1, Stefan Malvar and King Ty. I would like to congratulate those 2 racers, and I'd also like to thank the other 2 who didn't make it for participating. Let's go ahead and light up our Group 2 racers. On your top right, these will be the racers that will be racing in the next video to see which 2 of them will be moving on to their next round. Alright, as always, I want to thank everyone for coming and watching, and we will see you on the next one.